This morning, we are privileged to have one of our beautiful ladies, one of our technocrats, who has excelled so much in the world of work. She was born in Accra on March 17, 1958, educated at KNUST from 1979 to 1982, graduating with a second-class upper honors in electrical and electronic engineering. In 2001, she enrolled at the University of Ghana to do an MBA program, graduating with an MBA in finance. For 27 years, she has been in the energy sector, 17 of which she has spent in various capacities at the Volta River Authority. You all know the VRA. When there's no light, we blame the VRA. So when the light goes off, we should blame her. She has developed a number of expertise in the area of organizational planning and management, technical and organizational troubleshooting and redress, energy enterprise development, and capacity building in rural energy technology and energy enterprise development. She has held a number of directorships and membership of various committees and companies, including the Executive Partner, Atta Advisors Group, Executive Partner, Atta Energy Advisors Limited, Executive Partner, Personage Ghana Limited, member of the Ghana Institution of Engineers, and fellow of the African Leadership Initiative, class of 2007. She is a past council member of the Ghana Institution of Engineers, past president of the Women Engineering, Ghanaian Association of Women Engineers, and past board member of the Global Village Energy Partnership. She has also managed the African Rural Energy Enterprise Development Program, an initiative geared towards the development of small and medium-scale energy enterprises, and was successful in building 14 of these for considerable experience in enterprise development, especially with respect to small and medium-scale energy enterprise. She has also helped in developing and managing several projects in the areas of energy and the environment. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we put our hands together to welcome one and our only female, one of the most important and first female engineers of our university, Mrs. Harriet Amissah-Arthur.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much for having me here this morning. When I was invited to come and speak to the graduates today, I thought that maybe for 5 minutes we should actually just do a discussion. And then as the time went on, I thought that this was too serious to just come and talk off the top of my head, especially when life has happened to you. There's a tendency to go talking about everything uncoordinated, and some of it not necessarily relevant when you have 5 minutes. So I decided to make a little speech. I'm going to try not to read it, but it's going to be a guide for what we talk about this morning. May I do the proper thing and address all the dignitaries here and say members of the University Council, the Vice Chancellor, the Pro-Vice Chancellor, the Provost, faculty, staff, and students of the College of Engineering, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you so much for inviting me for this function this morning. I feel extremely honored, especially because I think there are many more people who are more qualified to do this morning. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we're here today to celebrate men and women and their guardians who for the past 4 years or more have gone through a journey with a specific objective in mind, and they have managed to achieve that today. 28 years ago, I was a member of the class, the graduating class of 1982. I went on to work with the VRA for my service and stayed on there for 17 years and worked in various capacities. I worked as a protection and control engineer in the two powerhouses, the Akosombo and the Atta-kusi dams. I later became a maintenance and spare parts planning engineer for the generation and the transmission systems departments. Whilst doing this, I was also a management trainer responsible for the middle management staff of the VRA. After leaving VRA, and I left VRA because I thought the work was so busy and it was keeping me away from my family, and therefore I needed some respite. So I decided to go leave VRA for a while so I can have a little more time for my family. You guessed right, it did not happen. I joined KITE thinking that I was going to slow down. It got worse. The reason is that KITE is an energy and development organization, and therefore wants on championing the cause of the energy deprived, may I say, in our society. Now, it's a whole new different ballgame. A lot of us graduated from our university never having stepped in a rural area. Now, development work brings you so close to these people. And sometimes the question you ask is whether these people also live in Ghana. They're so deprived. And the problem with that kind of thing is you meet human beings, and whilst you're there, you're with them, and you take them away with you home. So you never really break from your work. But my experience in KITE, even though it was a small organization, was extremely rewarding. It provided me a platform and perspectives that I never had before. After 9 years of working in KITE, I thought it was time to let the younger people I worked with also take the mantle and do something with it. Also because I felt I had given it my all. Whilst in VRA and also in KITE, I was a GTP cloth dealer. So I did it for several years. Between 1984 and 1988, I was a serious commercial poultry farmer. I also did serious backyard gardening to support my family. And this was serious enough for me to be able to give some produce away sometimes. Now, why am I telling you all this? Because you will find that a lot of the things I'm talking about are non-engineering. But then they've gone a long way to teach me what one calls street sense. I am currently the executive partner of the Arthur Advisors Group, an energy and investment company. I'm not rich, but I feel fulfilled because I finally learned the lesson that life is a process and not a destination. And therefore, it was important for me to enjoy the process and the journey and not wait for the destination.